Right, so back at it with the 8 tunes in 8 keys. We're still working on Wildwood Flower, and this one is in the key of E. Right, so that was it in E. It actually works quite nicely in this key. Lots of open strings to put in there, which suits this song or tune very well. The only things to watch out for really are making sure you don't get your open G string accidentally. There's a sort of cross-picking section where you've got the D, B and E strings involved. That sort of thing. If you end up then hitting the open G string by mistake in that, it's going to sound really horrible, so just be aware of that one. Before we learn this arrangement, let's take a quick look at the chords. We'll go over those. So E, da, 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 2 bars of that, and then B. Now, because it's the 5 chord, it can have the flat 7 in it very comfortably. A B7, this one here, missing off that low E string, is a lot more comfortable to move from and to than this sort of rebar chord. So that's the one I'm going to use. Da, 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 D again, E, and then E, then E7. So E7, you can either have that lower D in there, open, so lift off that finger to get that one in there, or you can add the higher D on there. Depends how obvious you want it to be. I think it's a little more subtle with the low on. And then you got the A. Thinking off the top of my head what might be quite nice there, because you've got that E going to that, actually having a bit of the C sharp in the bass there might be quite nice. So maybe if you're doing that, you kind of got to do a partial funny bar across there. It's a little awkward, but for a brief chord it's going to be okay like that, I think. Otherwise, just your ordinary A chord. Back to B. And that's it. Having a look now then at some of the technique ideas and melodic ideas in this, one thing I've used is cross-picking, and I've used a wider cross-picking pattern where I'm skipping over the G string. So rather than using 3 adjacent strings, G, B, E, G, B, E for example, I'm using D, B, E, D, B, E, and missing out that G string. In terms of the right hand stuff on that, my preference is to stick with down, up, down, up, down, up, the more sort of modern way rather than the traditional down, down, up, down, down, up. Although actually that feels a little bit easier on this to do that skip, but anyway. So doing that sort of thing. The thing you've got to be really careful with, especially with this, is to be really nice and accurate with that right hand. So do a load of metronome practice really slowly on that sort of pattern of D, B, E, D, B, E, so you don't end up with, because if you're playing in the key of E major and you get that that G natural in there, it's going to sound horrible. So just keep an ear out and for that, and just be very careful in that right hand. The other thing I've stuck in this is playing the melody in double stops, so having a harmony on there as well. And so we've got that sort of thing. Where am I looking? So it starts in the second time round, that A section, or the verse really. And I'm adding in the open B's, E's and E's, sorry, the open B and E strings in this as well, because they're all nice over most of this. So so the melody there is on the bottom, and then it skips to the top. And then again it's on the top again, and then I've shifted to the bottom. So there's a little bit of trying to make sure that you're accentuating the string that is using the melody in that. But also with something like that, we're kind of hoping that whoever's listening, if anyone's listening, even if it's just you, by this point perhaps has an idea of that melody, so that note will actually stick out to them. So by having played the melody without all those extra notes on top before that, then that will help those to sort of shine through as the melody rather than it be the harmony that does. Having said that, if your harmony sticks out more, that's certainly not going to be the end of the world, because it fits. So we're all right there anyway. But yeah, so that's the things I've thrown in to this arrangement. So on to learning this actual arrangement then. If you're someone who likes tab, that is up on my Patreon site as usual. You can download it from there. Otherwise, just follow along with this. So I'm going to start. So up, down, 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 slide down, up, down, hammer, down, up, and then down, hammer, down, up, down, up, down, up. Next bit. So we've got a slide in there. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Fingering wise there's so much in the way of space between those notes, and open strings in between. You can do what you like really. Whatever's comfortable. But we're going to come down to that E, so probably not the first finger, because then you're going to have your first finger available for that G sharp there as well. But so I'd probably go for this one. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, and then down, down, up. Strumming that top of an E chord, down, down, up, and then down, slide, down, with a quick slide, 3 to 4. I'm using that fingering there, just because that's what's comfortable at that point. Down, slide, down, 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 and then leading into the second time around the A part. So we're using those double stops there. Down, up, slide, down. I'm actually strumming the whole way across the top 4 strings there. Down, down, up, filling space. Down, down. So using the open E for the melody there. Down, down, 6 and 7, and then down. So I'm allowing myself to be very loose with those open E and B strings. It wants to be kind of strummy, so if you end up adding a bit of those on top of your double stops, by all means do it. So down, down, up, down, down, that's 6 and 4, and then 7 and 6, 6 and 4 again. And then you've got 4 and 2, 6 and 4, 4 and 2, and then you're into E there, 2 and 1. second A part or verse. Leading into the next bit, so we've just got an E chord, picking across it from the B, and back, so down, up, down, up, down, up, and then down, up, sorry, down, slide, down, down, up, slide, up, down. Down, down, slide, getting in the open E on top of there, and then down, up, slide, up, and then on the open E there to fill space. We got 2 and 2, 6 and 5, 2 and 2, 1 and 0. Then so down, 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 slide, down, 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 slide, down, up, down, 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 up. 4 and 2, slide in 6 and 4, slide back on your third finger, and then the final couple of bars, and to end those, press the E chord, so down, down, up, shift up, down, slide, down, 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 up, down, down, slide, down, up, down, slide, down. So that last bit is really lazy. I've put it as sliding from 6 to 4, but really you're kind of sliding all that way down there. And then a hammer on, sorry, on that one. I'm not sure if I said slide before. Down, down, up, down, slide, down, E chord, and that's it. So take a little bit of time to get that under your fingers, and once you have, let's have a go at playing it through together nice and slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And that's it. I hope you've enjoyed that version. And yeah, I'll be back with the next one very soon.